Hello there, everyone. If you're watching this video, then you are part of the TTOR Army, an army that is building itself up one subscriber at a time. But before we get into the topic of today's video, I'd like to bring one thing to your attention first, and that something is called Quarter. Quarter, as you can see here on the screen, is an open source alt-tech alternative to YouTube that I started in the summer of last year. And while there is a small number of users using the site, this site is very feature rich. It competes with YouTube in terms of features, and it surpasses YouTube in regards to some features as well as to freedom of speech. For example, on Quarter, you can do many of the things that you can do on YouTube. For example, you have full-on HD video uploads, including 4K. You have live streaming. You have free restreaming. You have public playlists. You have an easy-to-use comment moderation system. But you also have features that you won't find on YouTube, such as Quarter Bucks, which is an insight currency that you earn by getting views on your videos, and then in turn, once you build up enough Quarter Bucks, you can use those Quarter Bucks to promote your entire channel or individual videos of yours on the front page of Quarter. And in addition to that, there's also video chat rooms that you can create on Quarter that basically function like any kind of Zoom or Skype or any other similar site. You do video calls with friends, family, coworkers, your followers, fans, etc. And you can live stream your room to your channel. And in addition to these awesome features and functionality, Quarter gives you freedom of speech in terms of topics that you can talk about. So unlike YouTube, where there are certain topics that will get your videos banned and your channel taken down if you even talk about them, Quarter, we have no such limitations. As long as what you're doing is legally protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America, well then you can say and do whatever you want on Quarter. You don't have to worry about self-censorship in order to avoid getting banned. Real freedom of speech exists on Quarter, and the features and functionality are worth your time. And it's not just about freedom of speech here. You got freedom of speech and cool video sharing site in terms of features. So if you're a content creator, be sure to create a channel on Quarter today, start uploading your content to Quarter, and let your followers know about your Quarter channel. And if you're watching this and you're not a content creator, you can either encourage your favorite content creators to use Quarter, or you can become a content creator yourself on Quarter and become one of the OG Quarter people. And now that you guys know about Quarter, let's get into the subject matter of today's video, which is a teacher at a Oregon high school who literally groomed his students by asking them in an assignment in his class to write down their sexual fantasies and tell him about them. And there's more sick stuff that goes along with that. But I have here on the screen, as you can see, an article from KEZI9, which is my local news affiliate. The title of the article is Suggestive High School Assignment Has Parents Calling for Change. And as you'll see later on in this video, the teacher who gave this assignment isn't just a teacher. They're also, I think, the head coach of the Churchill High School football program, which has been doing really well in recent years. And so, yeah, that might play a factor in why the person hasn't necessarily been fired yet. So anyway, the article says, a suggestive class assignment at Churchill High School has parents calling for change. A screenshot of an assignment given to students at Churchill High School has parents up in arms. In it, a teacher asks students who were absent to write a short story of a paragraph or two about a sexual fantasy that will have no penetration of any kind or oral sex, no way of passing an STI. The assignment tells students to pick 3 items to use in their story and gives examples of romantic music, candles, massage oils, or flavored syrup. It summarizes the assignment by saying, your story should show that you can show and receive loving physical affection without having sex. So we got the ethical groomer going on here. Very, very nice indeed. Not. But you can see the screenshot right here on the screen, so you know that the article is not making it up. It literally says everything you just read in that paragraph above in the screenshot. It's a 10-point assignment, and you submitted it via a file upload. A parent posted the assignment on a Facebook page and there were hundreds of comments within an hour. One woman posted, "This is so inappropriate. Does he still have a job?" While another said, "If an adult male asked my daughter to share her sexual fantasies with him, I would be livid and be going to the police. No teacher has any business asking this of a child." This particular comment garnered several replies, with one woman saying she disagreed with people being upset. If your child listens to music or uses the internet or even watches Family Feud, what they are seeing is sex and more sex, the reply said. Yeah, sure they are. Family Feud isn't exactly the show that people go to if you want to see sexual content. I don't know what universe this person lives in. School officials tell us they are aware of the concerns over the assignment for Churchill's Health 2 Human Sexuality course. Eugene's School District 4J said their high school team and their curriculum team are reviewing the curriculum. The curriculum is called OWL, which stands for Our Whole Lives. 4J officials said the OWL curriculum is used all over Oregon in many school districts, but for now the assignment has been removed from the syllabus and won't be part of students' grades. And we're going to skip the last two paragraphs. So this assignment basically was this teacher telling students who missed a day of class or missed a test or something that, okay, as your punishment, you need to write down a sexual fantasy that you have, and this sexual fantasy can't have penetration or oral sex, and basically has to show that you know how to show and receive loving physical affection without having sex, and you need to tell me all about it. It's worth 10 points. That's what we heard initially. But then it turns out that this assignment for people who were absent, that's not the only thing this sick teacher did. Here we have another KEZI 9 article titled, "More Controversial Assignments in Churchill High School's Health Class Cause Increased Outrage." Article reads, "A controversial assignment was given in a Churchill High School health class where students were asked to write a short story depicting a sexual fantasy. Churchill's principal said in an email to parents that the school uses a curriculum in its health classes called OWL, meaning Our Whole Lives. In the time since that assignment went viral on social media, many parents voiced their concern and displeasure. Some, however, shared other assignments given in the same class that caused equal concern. An assignment from February called 'With Whom Would You Do It?' involved a spinning wheel on the screen of the classroom. The wheel was labeled with various sex acts. When the wheel stopped on one of the acts, students were asked to write the initials of both a boy and a girl in the class that they would do the activity with." Excuse me? Justin McCall is the father of a student in the class, and his daughter felt the assignment was way too much. Understatement of the century. "My daughter was very, very, very uncomfortable in the class," McCall said, "especially when he put up the generated spinning wheel and it had anal penetration and oral sex up there. Her and her best friend did not participate in that, but they still got graded." McCall questioned why the assignment was given in the first place if participation had no impact on the grade. So get this, guys. So if a student missed a class, this teacher, this football coach, as you'll see in a bit, would make the students write a short story where they would write out a sexual fantasies of theirs that did not involve penetration or oral sex. And they had to write this short story, and it was worth 10 points. And they only did this assignment if they missed a class, giving off the impression that this guy's an ethical groomer. But then, in another assignment in that same class by that same teacher, he created a spinning wheel with various sex acts labeled in each of the slots, including penetrative sex acts and oral sex acts. And the student whose turn it was would have to go up there, spin the wheel, and then whatever sex act the arrow landed on, they had to write down the initials of both a boy and a girl in the class that they would do the activity with. That is grooming 101. That is someone trying to figure out what his students' sexual fantasies are and what kind of things they like. And basically, it's the kind of thing a groomer would do if he was gathering information as part of his prep for picking out future victims. Yeah, sounds exactly like what they're doing. So anyway, there was a school board meeting about this assignment after the fact, and Libs of TikTok did us the honor of sharing a 2-minute clip from this school board meeting. And in the caption for this video clip that we're about to watch, Libs of TikTok wrote, "A parent destroys 4J school's board after a teacher gave students an assignment which asked them to describe their sexual fantasies in detail." Now I have this unmuted, max volume. We're at the beginning. Prepare to see an awesome parent response to some really perverse, sick people.
Good evening. Many of you know me, so I am here to discuss this atrocity of assignments. I want to first say you're a liar. It's not a rumor. I have the proof right here in my phone of the with whom would you do it with? And my daughter specifically stated that the teacher put up a wheel on the classboard and it stated anal penetration, oral sex, licking of ear, kissing, and he wanted them to write down the initials of a boy or girl that they would do these activities with. Now, I don't know what's worse, wanting to know my child's sexual fantasy or who they're going to have anal penetration and oral sex with. What is he gaining from this? What do you gain from this information? Why has my daughter that naively did the assignment? Because she's scared. She wants to get good grades. She wants to be, get her license. She has to get good grades. And so she does this assignment. Where's the assignment? Why hasn't she had it turned back to her with her grade on it? What is he doing with it? Is this for his spank bank? Is he literally using this for his sexual deviant? These are questions that need to be answered. He sexually abused every single child in that classroom. You look up the definition. I gave you the paper for the definition of verbal sexual abuse. Now, sexual abuse is sexual abuse. So where's the criminal charges? Why is he still teaching? Is it because he's the football coach and Churchill's doing good? Don't want to lose that hype? Because football doesn't matter when it comes to our children, okay? This sexual deviant needs to be removed. If you do not remove him, I am giving you my word today that tomorrow morning I will go down to the county clerk's office and I will file for the removal of every single one of you. Yeah.
Awesome video. So, as you can see from the beginning of that video, not only did all of this stuff that we had described so far in the video happen, but the 4J school district of my local city actually tried to throw it out there that, oh, all these assignments you're hearing about on social media of our football coach at Churchill doing all these weird, perverse assignments with his students, that's just a rumor. So apparently this parent had to set the record straight to remind them that no, it's not a rumor, because his daughter was part of the classes where this all happened. So yeah, the 4J school board in Eugene is absolutely disgusting and full of horrible, rotten perverts. The fact that they would try to sweep this all under the rug and say, oh, it's all just a rumor. They're in on it. They secretly approve it, or not so secretly. And they're just pretending to be like, oh, we didn't know this was in here. Yeah, we're going to remove and review this curriculum, and it's not going to be part of the syllabus going forward. Yeah. Now, you saw the guy at the end of the video promise that he was going to go down to the courthouse the next day and petition to have every single school board member removed if they didn't set things right immediately that day. Well, let's go to another KEZI article titled, Parents, Students Respond to Controversial Churchill High School Health Assignment. And we're actually going to skip down to the very bottom of the article where it says this in the last two paragraphs. Since Wednesday's meeting, Justin McCall, one of the parents who spoke, has filed recall petitions for the superintendent, principal of Churchill High School, and various members of the board. He listed his reason as admitted derelict of duty resulting in the verbal sexual abuse of minor children. So I think Justin McCall is the name of the guy who we saw in the video, and he was true to his word. Next day, he went down to the courthouse and filed petitions of recall for the superintendent of the school, Churchill High School, Churchill High School's principal, and the various board members he was just letting have it in this meeting. And then it says, Superintendent Day confirmed on Friday morning that the teacher who gave out the assignment is currently on leave as of March 17th. So yeah, the guy's on leave, but as far as I know, he hasn't been fired yet, which indicates to me that the school board apparently thinks that, well, we'll just put the teacher on leave and wait till this all blows over, and then once this incident fades from people's minds, we'll just let him back on, resume business as usual. The perversion going on in our society is reaching all-time highs in terms of just sheer, disgusting, vomit-inducing filth. And a lot of it apparently is happening right here in my own backyard, which is very disturbing as a content creator in the state of Oregon to think about. It's not like this is something that's happening way over there in the upper eastern corner of Oregon, and I'm way over here on the Pacific Coast area. I'm just a couple hours from the Pacific Coast. No, this is something that's happening in my own backyard, and frankly, if you had told me that this kind of thing would go on in my own backyard 20 years ago, I would not have believed that. I would have been like, that's way out there. That would never happen. But yet, here I am, reading the articles, showing you the videos. Boy, this world is getting dark, which makes submitting to Jesus and having a personal relationship with him all that more important as we move forward in today's dark, twisted world. God doesn't like any of this stuff that's going on, and one day all of these people will be held accountable for the evil that they're perpetrating on high school students and below. They will all pay for what they've done one day. God will make sure of that, and that's something you can take to the bank. In the meantime, it's important to get in right standing with God by humbling yourself, repenting of your sins, and submitting to him via a personal relationship with Jesus, and doing everything you can to make Jesus known and to evangelize to people in whatever capacity that you're able to. It's more important than ever that we do that, because a day of judgment is coming, and we don't want people to get what's coming to them if we can help it and if they can help it. So it's our job to evangelize to them and let them know that, hey, you're not just a horrible, rotten sinner who's got it coming, but you have an opportunity to get out of what is coming to you by getting right with God. Now, some people will take up that offer, and some will reject that offer and get what's coming to them one day or another. But it's important that we as Christians do this in dark times like this. We gotta make the truth about reality known, and we have to expose this stuff before it becomes too rampant and before it becomes normalized. Which, that's the end game for the globalists in this particular situation. All this child grooming that you see going on in schools that comes right out of the NAMBLA playbook, the globalists are trying to get that behavior normalized, just like how they were able to get homosexuality normalized and protected by law by 2015. Well, they're trying to do the same thing with pedophilia, and this is the early stages of that.